Why does Past Lives feel like that? It's almost been a year since Celine Song's debut feature was released in theaters. In a year where cinema thrived in all aspects of the industry across all genres, Past Lives is the film that stuck with me the most. There was something about this small slice-of-life drama that was able to remain with me through the months, even with its 100-minute runtime. Something beyond the trio's complex relationship and the film's very personable and naturalistic story. The film posits multiple heavy themes on human relationships and the lives that inhabit them, but one that repeats both visually and verbally is the idea of longing.
But the one phrase that sticks with me most, the long journey of rotting.
I think it's one of the film's strongest aspects to have this staying power effect on the audience. Slow, methodical, and sometimes static shots of buildings, people, reactions, tables, apartments, fields, and architecture that create a lasting image in your head. You see this when most scenes throughout the film tend to linger after the story progression's already been made, letting you watch, sit through, and experience these people's daily lives. Sometimes in the natural ambience of their surroundings,
뭐가 그렇게 기분이 좋아?
or through Christopher Bear and Daniel Rossen's smooth and calming score. The same duo that worked on Blue Valentine, one of the most iconic romantic dramas of the 2010s. And, well, sometimes even both, adding welcome textures to each scene, especially when they first reconnect.
오늘 리허설은 어땠어?
한국말이 좀 녹슬었는데? 와, 멋있다. 근데 몬턱은 어디야?
나영아, 들려?
혜성아. 보고 싶다.
The consistent backtrack of the song's soothing, echoey strings as the film shows Nora and Ha-sung's spark reignite within an undisclosed frame of time. And I don't really think it matters either, because during this moment and this time, all that matters to them is each other.
We talked a lot about trying to create a sense of like being between worlds or being between, versions of your own life in a way, like being stuck in an almost liminal kind of space. And I think sometimes we accomplish that doing these kind of chord progressions that don't quite really ever resolve, like everything's always kind of unresolved. So it has this, this open-ended middle ground feeling.
I've got the same sentiments for Wong Kar-wai's legendary film In the Mood for Love, where some of the philosophies in the cinematography of that film are mirrored in Past Lives. Long lingering shots through corridors, apartment buildings, rooms, and windows that create very intimate, enriching, and fleeting moments for the audience, giving the film a feeling of a stripped-back experience where all you can really feel are the characters' emotions. Past Lives cinematographer Shabir Kirchner said this on the film's ability to capture time and fleetingness through the lens. I'm a big fan of the power of, and the beauty of, a combination of images as opposed to a single image, and so trying to build the language of the film through camera movement and light and direction of the camera movement and repetition of character against architecture and space was something that we did quite a lot. This happens quite often throughout the film, where scenes are blocked very similarly to create a lasting image of people through time. It's simple yet effective. But this idea of being technically simple is something that Song has always wanted for the film.
She had pretty specific ideas a lot of the time of like where certain themes should echo.
In general, our conversations were almost not about music at all, and it was really more about headspace and emotional quality of what's happening, and story-wise what was happening. It was very rarely ever like, this has to have piano or something.
I think that mindset of having a stripped back and simple production is what makes Past Lives work so much in delivering such a heavy-hearted film. No flashy lighting, no intense camera shots or movements, and no ear-piercing score. The technical aspects don't carry the film's vibe, they enhance it in small but effective ways. just pure natural emotion emanating from very real human characters. This all leads to the final scene.
I'll be right back.
6 minutes and 26 seconds of nothing other than emotion being bottled up in their short walk to the end of this chapter in their story. Nearly the entirety of the scene is placed on the back of a long shot between the two, letting the sounds of the quiet New York neighborhood fill in the space between the two, only further simmering the tension between them. Until then,
야!
neither of them intervening the decades-worth relationship between each other. It's the natural way of connection that makes this an enthralling watch. Just as its captivating story, it's not being forced an emotion out of the audience and the characters. Song and her debut feature film Past Lives just wants you to feel.
What I hope for more than anything is for the movie to let the movie be under your skin, and to let the movie be what it is for you specifically. And there's no one thing that I expect anybody to feel, but I do think that I hope that you are going to feel.